Hello everyone, welcome to my latest vlog. I believe it's episode 3, and I have a nice little drink here. It's actually not alcohol, it's kombucha. Yes, I'm one of those hippies that drinks kombucha, but it's really good, man. Kind of tastes like alcohol, but it's not. As you can probably see, this is not your typical vlog. It's been a little while since I've talked to you guys and released a real video. My Gradius 2 one was my last real video. But I've been absent a little bit, and there's a good reason for that. I guess there's always a good reason. In my case, I've just been in a kind of a down place, you know. The last month, it's been tough for me. I never wanted this channel to be about me specifically. I wanted it to be about the games first and foremost. But in this case, I figured this is my vlog, so I'll fill you in a little bit on my life and what's going on, just so you have an idea. In case you're interested, if you're not, you can always turn this off. But for those of you that don't know, I run my own business, fish tanks, actually. It's a fish tank service business, and we service about 70 clients, roughly 60-70 clients in the area. It's a great job. I honestly couldn't ask for more, and I love it. But it can be stressful running your own business, as I'm sure people know. As stressful as, you know, having a regular job too. Just a different kind of stress, maybe. So things have been a little bit tough for me there lately, so it's affected my output with my channel. I'm also someone who has suffered from anxiety throughout my life. I know I'm not the only one. I've found the more gamers I get to know, the more of us seem to suffer with the same type of anxiety problems for some reason. I don't know if it's just something in our gamer blood that leads to us being anxious, but it's something I've struggled with my entire life, and I've been really good for quite a while. And maybe just because of my business stuff, been depressed lately, and I'm a bit anxious. So it's been rough, but I'm getting through it. I've written about my anxiety before on Gaming Rebellion. I actually wrote about SHMUP Master and how video games have helped me in many ways beat anxiety, or at least keep it at bay. You know, there's no beating it ever, I think. When you suffer from panic disorder and anxiety, you never really beat it. You just do your best to deal with it, and you get better at dealing with it. You know, just getting in front of the camera, doing things like this has helped. But yeah, like the weather in Florida, South Florida particularly, for the last about month and a half has been dreary and rainy. We're supposed to be a sunshine state, but it's been horrendous. And that doesn't help my mood either. Maybe I'm sounding like a whining baby here, but just filling you guys in, you know, getting a little personal, because it's my vlog and I'd kind of like to talk about it and explain why I haven't had more videos out. But like I said, I'm giving you something here to work with. So all crying aside, I'm fine. You know, the video output is going to continue, so I want to tell you a little bit about that and what's going on with my channel and with all that. First of all, I want to give a shout out to the Electric Underground podcast. There's a guy named Mark, who I believe lives in Idaho, who runs this. It's a podcast devoted specifically to shmups and high-level gaming. So I was a guest on episode 2, I believe, and he's up to episode 7 or 8, I think, as of this recording. So please, I'll put a link in the description for you to go check out his podcast. It's great. If you want to listen to me jabber on in episode 2 we talk a lot about the channel here and just gaming in general and things. So yeah, check out the Electric Underground podcast. Give it a listen, see if you like it. I enjoyed being on it, and I enjoyed listening to it, so check that out. My collaboration, my Fireshark collaboration that I was talking about before with Ben, T-Rex Space Station, is kind of on hold for now, indefinitely. It's going to be up to him if he wants to do it. Ben's been going through some things too, so he decided to kind of take a step back from YouTube and just kind of take it easy, which I totally respect and understand. So as a result, I kind of stopped practicing Fireshark. The game is really hard anyway, but I'm going to get back to it eventually. But I ended up picking up another game in the meantime, which is actually Gyrus on the NES. I'm not sure if, I'm sure some of you are familiar with Gyres, but it's very unique for a shmup. It's completely the way you play is it's circular. You go in a circle as you're zooming through space, and you fire things as they come at you from the background. Tempest style. I would say Tempest is the only game I can think of that is similar, sort of. But Gyres is very unique, I think, in the world of shmups, and I picked it up at my local game store. I just happened to find it on the shelf, and I'm like, oh, I've been wanting this game. It was like $5. It's a cheap NES game. So I picked it up, started playing it. Before I knew it, I was practicing every night, and I'm about this close to getting a 1cc, so I really apologize for all the NES stuff that I've been doing lately, but let me get the NES out of my system, and I promise I'll get on to some other consoles at some point. But Gyres is without a doubt going to be my next video. Nothing too fancy. It's going to be the run, and I got a few little things planned for the beginning of that video that I think will be fun. What else? I was talking about that interview I did with Moon Natani last year, the founder of Compile. It needs to be translated. My friend Jimmy Hoppa is a super busy guy, and I hate bothering him, but he sort of translated on the fly when we did the interview, but it wasn't a full translation. What I'd like to do is I'd like to get someone who can translate the whole thing for me, and what I'll do is I will put subtitles on it, but I'd like to get the full interview released because I got a lot of Guardian Legend guys. I'm in a Guardian Legend Discord, and they're all waiting for it. They want it to be translated. I know some people in shmup forums are waiting for it because we talked about all kinds of things other than just Guardian Legend. We talked about Compile as a company. I don't think there's a lot of interviews with Munatani on YouTube that I can think of, live interviews. So if anyone out there can speak Japanese or be willing to help me translate this thing, it's not short. It's over an hour interview, but I could edit together just the parts of his answers, and you could just translate that for me, and I could subtitle it. If anyone could help me with that, I would really appreciate it. And I'm like, Jimmy, if you're watching, if you want to do it, man, great. But I'm not going to put pressure on you. I just put pressure on you, didn't I? So there's that. I'd like to get that done. I always end up with a lot of ideas in my head with videos, and it tends to distract me. A lot of things I've talked about in my previous vlogs, things I've wanted to do, projects, those are all still kicking around. Forgotten Worlds video is definitely going to happen in the next couple months. I want to branch out into running guns. But something else that happened was, I don't want to spoil too much, but I have an idea for a completely new style of video that I want to do, at least new for me anyway. Kind of what inspired me was, well, two things. Doom. I played through Doom 2016, the newest one, on my little break here, and I had a blast. And I saw Deadpool 2, and those two things gave me some ideas. So I'm thinking, I'm doing a lot of live action shooting. I've already started doing some live action stuff, like out in the wild, literally out on the town, in the woods, at the beach, and part of that credit would go to my friend Andrew from Retro Island Gaming, who I've talked about on here before. He's very into shooting on location in places to create cool backgrounds. Because let's face it, a lot of these gaming YouTube guys, it's more about their personality. Like this guy.
Phil Fish is one of the biggest fucking prime examples out there of unwarranted self-importance within an individual that thinks that his shit doesn't stink because he's a one-trick fucking pony.
It's like releasing a Super Mario game, calling it Super Mario Odyssey 2, and you play the whole game as Toad, and 40 hours in you can unlock Mario. Are you out of your minds? Are you out of your minds? Why, as gamers, are we accepting this nonsense?
Is EA stupid? Electronics Arts, are they stupid? Huh? They're PR, marketing, publishing. I don't know what the hell they want to be considered. What the hell are they doing over there? First off, this stupid Origin Access, Early Access nonsense, it's absolutely a joke. This thing right here, that thing right there, right? Do you think I want to be joked around?
You motherfucking piece of shit! When I spend $60 on a fucking game, I expect it to fucking work! I don't give a shit! I spent 60, I want
guys, they're all about personality. Nothing against these guys, but I feel like they sit in their place with their games behind them, and that's all they do. And then they rattle on about things, which is kind of what I'm doing now, ironically. But I feel like you can do more than that. You can go out into the wild and film some cool stuff. And so that's what I'm experimenting with. I'm experimenting with live action footage. Like I said, my buddy Andrew's been inspiring me and politely pushing me to do these sort of things. So I started doing it, and we'll see how it goes. The video I'm working on with those ideas is going to be quite different than anything I've done on here before. Say hi, Ollie. Are you a cute kid, Ellie?
Nope.
No.
I'm awesome.
You're awesome? Do you know what a shmup is? What's a shmup? What is it?
I don't know.
You don't know? A shmup is a shooting game with spaceships.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Does that sound like fun?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, does that sound like fun? We'll teach you how to play one someday. The only times I've done much in live action is while I'm sitting in front of a green screen or here, you know, so we're gonna give that a try and see how that goes. Let me know what you think. I didn't give you much, except for a few little video clips here, but I think it'll be interesting.
With cute bunnies.
Lastly, I found the game that will bridge the gap between running guns and shmups. I thought about this a lot, and I wanted to do Contra Hardcore and Contra 3, and I'm going to get to those eventually, but the game, and I've talked about it before, is Rendering Ranger. At the very least, I'd like to capture a 1cc on hard of that game, because I don't think it's ever been done. At least I can't find a run of the game anywhere, 1cc on hard. So it'd be cool if I was the first. I don't really know for sure, but it sure seems like there isn't much out there. So it's a super hard game, it's a super long game, so it's going to take me a really long time to get that run if I can do it. It's a Super Nintendo game, it's going to take a lot of time, but it's something I feel like I can't branch out into running guns until I cover a game that has both shmup action and running gun action in the same game, and that's the game. That's the game that'll bridge the gap. So I think Rendering Ranger is in my future as well. I've been talking about it for a couple of years now, and yeah, I gotta do that. It's just something that's gonna have to come in the pipeline. So, and that's about it. I just want to give you guys an update, give it a little personal insight into what's been going on. Doing my best to get some content out. So, hope everyone's doing well. So with that, I bid you adieu with a little toast of kombucha. SHMUP Master signing off. Wait a minute. I'm not a SHMUP Master. I'm just a guy that practices games a lot. Cheers.